Kavan Scott and Ario Anandito begin a brand new arc as the Nihil launch an attack on the Republic, causing the Starlight Beacon Jedi to hatch a daring plan to get to the center of the pirate organization and discover who is leading them. Kavan Scott begins a new story arc with a bang, quite literally, as we are thrust right into the aftermath of the huge Republic Fair attack from the end of the last issue, an event which does like I predicted and begins causing tensions between the Jedi on the Starlight Beacon and the primary Jedi Council, who seem to imbue the very dogmatic narrow view of the prequel Jedi and what they had, with them just kind of wanting to sit back and see how things play out, while our main characters on the Starlight Beacon come up with a very proactive plan to try and stop the Nihil. I quite enjoyed the reveal that Keeve and Terek are pretending to be Nihil and navigating this very different world to theirs. Not only that, but Myaga the Hutt returns, which was something I was kind of surprised by since we just got done with her story, so I feel that maybe it was a bit too early for her to come back, but I am looking forward to seeing her maybe helping the Jedi out with what they need, or maybe she'll end up just betraying them to the Nihil. Ario Anandito returns with some great space battle action this issue and some really great Nihil designs, the main one being the main villain of the book, Zetar, the little alien in a giant mech body. It's a fun design, and overall I've loved the whole pirate, nomad, Viking designs of the Nihil. It's quite fun and quite different than what you usually see in Star Wars. The High Republic issue 9 was an awesome beginning to the book's new story arc, taking our heroes into some interesting territory regarding their allegiances, as well as exploring the Nihil's culture. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. The High Republic issue 9 finds Jedi Wayseeker Orla Jirani patrolling the Sula system on behalf of Starlight Beacon, reporting no Nihil activity. Suddenly her scanners pick up a hyperspace vibration as a Nihil ship arrives behind her, immediately opening fire on the Jedi ship. She quickly transmits her location to Starlight Beacon as her ship is hit, its comms going down. On the Nihil ship, Storm Trennis tells her that they will blow the Jedi from the stars. Sometime before on Starlight, the Jedi gather to talk about the Nihil attack on the Republic affair, with Master Geass revealing that the Republic Task Force have combated Nihil forces on Arus and Golrath, causing them to run scared. Skier thinks them cowards, telling Keeve that sometimes they need to say it as it is. He thinks about the Nihil leadership, learning it's a Twi'lek woman named Lorna D, the so-called Eye of Nihil, and she is thought to have died at the recent Battle of Galov, and why the Nihil are scattered in disarray since they have no leadership now. Ava wonders who will take her place, but Geass knows that there are some unsubstantiated reports of a few possible candidates, like a Talpini in a mech suit spotted on Ashaz Ryan, and the still unknown individual that the Lerisai Assembly found garbled images of. Geass knows that both aren't the new Eye of the Nihil just yet, as Ava wonders if maybe they can provide the evidence. Ava explains that the intel on the Nihil amassing near the Sula system, but Geass knows that that system has already been swept. However, Ava questions those sweeps since Valo was also swept, yet the Nihil attacked the Republic Fair there. She thinks that the Nihil have played them for fools and cannot be allowed to do it any longer. Geass reassures her that their response will see to the Nihil, but Ava wants to send a team to Zalo to follow Chief Tarpan's lead on them, but Geass isn't interested in her leads. Keeve interjects, telling Geass that Ava is right and the Nihil have helped free the Drenga and had expanded their own reach, and because of it thousands died. Also, Starlight was kept busy so they couldn't respond to the attack on Valo, so they need to teach the Nihil that Starlight isn't there for their amusement. Geass reassures the Jedi that they will act as part of a unified response, not running off on their own accord. He cuts communications as Ava thanks Keeve for backing her up, but they cannot be seen to clash with the Council since it won't help. Keeve disagrees, thinking that Geass is wrong and they should be doing more. She leaves the chambers knowing there has to be a different way, as in the present, Tech confirms that firing on Orla's ship, as Keeve wonders if she has gotten the distress signal out yet. Soon the Jedi cruiser the Ataraxia arrives, demanding the Nihil stand down. Keeve sends out a distress signal of their own to the Nihil command, saying that their ship the Ransacker is under attack by the Jedi. Soon Jedi Vector fighters are sent after the ship, led by Skier, who tells his squad to target their engines. On the cruiser, Ava wonders if Skier leading the squad is a good idea since he's still recovering, but Skier reassures her that he must make amends, and this is the only way he knows how. The Jedi soon find more Nihil ships coming to the Ransacker's aid as the ships avoid Skier's blaster fire. Keeve targets Skier, blowing up his ship as the Nihil fire mag clamps onto the Ransacker, pulling her aboard before jumping to hyperspace. With the battle over, Ava asks for all wings to report in, finding that Skeeve is very much alive. Skier wonders if the Nihil bought their plan, but Ava wants to discuss that once he's safely on board. She knows though that Keeve and Terek are on their own now, and may the Force protect them. Keeve and Terek meanwhile await to see the Nihil, as Keeve knows that firing on Skier's Vector fighter wasn't something she wanted to do, even if it was being remotely piloted by Seret from the cruiser, but they had to sell their con to the Nihil and make them believe that they are Nihil themselves, and that their ship wasn't scavenged from the Nihil base on Grizzle. Sometime before, Keeve apologizes to Skier for losing her temper in the council meeting, but Skier understands, knowing that there is always passion, and how they control it is what matters. He tells the Jedi that Ava wants to see her since she has an idea, as in the present, Keeve and Terek meet with the Nihil, thanking them for the save. They ask what Tempest they are from and who is their runner, as sometime before, Maru briefs Keeve on the Nihil culture and their Tempests, wanting Keeve to tell the Nihil that they belong to Pan Eyta's warband. Keeve does so in the present, and the Nihil know that that is a legit warband and one of legend, but still attacks Keeve, demanding to know who Keeve is. Keeve remembers Ava telling her that she'll be tested, and the only way to gain their trust is to fight back, but not as a Jedi, but as a Nihil. Keeve grabs the light whip, throwing the man to the ground and strangling him with it, wondering if this answers his question. Soon Zeta arrives, telling Keeve to calm down, as the drunkhead says these new Nihil claim that they were scrapping near Sula. Keeve says that they had been doing that for months and the Jedi were running them ragged, not knowing what the Eye is playing at. Zeta wonders that as well, and one he can answer once he knows she is truly Nihil. Kita gives her a weapon, knowing that she will need to prove herself, as he orders a prisoner to be brought in. Keeve is shocked to find that the prisoner is the Hutt Mayaga, knowing that the Hutt will know who she really is, as Kita tells her to split the skull of the Hutt in two to prove her worth.